and welcome to Technology Leadership Talk with Jeff Epps, where there's always something brewing. I am here in my favorite coffee shop on the planet, Something's Brewing, here in Rayford, North Carolina. Once again, I'm sipping on a dirty chai made by Heather over at the counter. This is an extra dirty chai today. These things are addictive. Today's topic is the role of the systems engineer. We're going to talk about three things. First, the role, and then how do you build a network that supports the goals of the organization? And then why it is so important that technology planning and instructional planning happen in the same rooms. First, the role. The role of the systems engineer is to build a network that supports the goals of the organization. And that's what systems engineers need to understand. It's not about the network that you want to build. It's about building a network that supports the goals of the organization. Because you could have one of the most sophisticated networks on the planet, but if it doesn't meet the goals of your organization, it's basically worthless. So, remember we talked about leadership and management. Leadership dealing with direction, management dealing with the processes, the procedures, the hardware, the software, the planning that's needed to go in that direction. Well, the direction is established by the organization. And this could be, in most cases, it should be the superintendent. So where do you come in as the systems engineer? You're the management, because you create you're part of the processes, the procedures, the hardware, the software, the training that's needed to go in that direction. So how do you determine what network needs to be built? Well, before we talk about that, I want to share a brief story with you. I once attended a training session in Asheville, North Carolina with a group of systems engineers. And at the end of the training session, we had a roundtable discussion, and we listed a lot of the challenges that we face as systems engineers. And as we began to list the challenges on the board, I noticed something, that about 98% of the issues that were on the board were not technology related. They were leadership related. They were related to leadership. And you want to know what the number one issue was? Funding. Well, here's what you need to understand as an engineer. Technology is not an expenditure. It's an investment. And in order for you to get the funding that you need to build the network that supports the organization, you're going to have to convince your powers that be to make that investment. So how do you do that? Well, this happens by having a discussion about the needs of the organization and how technology can help them get there.